Have you ever stood up from a chair and felt your legs hesitate for just a second longer than they used to? Or climbed stairs and wondered when something so simple started feeling so demanding? That moment is not about age alone. It is about muscles that have quietly gone offline. And the most important of those muscles are your glutes. After 50, the body does not betray you. It responds to what you ask of it. If you sit more than you move, your glutes forget their job. They are meant to stabilize your hips, protect your spine, and power every step you take. When they weaken, your knees ache, your lower back complains, and your balance fades. But when they are strong, everything changes. I want you to hear this clearly. Building strong glutes after 50 is not about looks. It is about freedom. It is about walking with confidence, standing tall and moving without fear. And the good news is, you do not need complicated routines or hours in a gym. You need intention, consistency, and 5 essential exercises that work with your body, not against it. The first is the glute bridge. Simple on the floor, powerful in impact. When you press your heels down and lift your hips, you are telling your body to reawaken one of its strongest muscle groups. This single movement retrains your hips to fire properly again, reducing strain on your lower back and knees. It is one of the fastest ways to rebuild lost strength. The second is the squat, done with control and respect for your body. Sitting back as if into a chair and standing tall again. This movement mirrors real life. Getting up, sitting down, lifting groceries. Squats rebuild trust between your brain and your legs. They remind your body that it is still capable, strong, and reliable. The third is the step up. A stair, a low platform, or even a curb. Stepping up and down trains balance, power, and coordination at the same time. This exercise directly translates to daily life. Every step becomes easier, more stable, more confident. Strong glutes turn stairs from a challenge back into a habit. The fourth is the reverse lunge. Stepping backward instead of forward protects the knees while keeping the glutes. This movement improves hip mobility and stability, which are essential as we age. It teaches your body control and strength in motion, not just in stillness. The fifth is the hip hinge, often practiced as a simple deadlift with light weight or even body weight. This movement teaches you how to bend without strain. Strong glutes mean a safer spine. This is how you protect yourself from injury while lifting, bending, or reaching in everyday life. These exercises are not about pushing harder. They are about moving smarter. As written in books like Younger Next Year, the body thrives on regular, purposeful movement at any age. Muscle is not lost because of time. It is lost because of neglect, and it can be rebuilt. When your glutes grow stronger, your posture improves, your walk becomes smoother, your confidence rises, you stop thinking about what hurts and start focusing on what is possible again. Strength sends a powerful signal to the brain that you are capable, resilient, and in control. Over 50% is not the beginning of decline. It is the beginning of awareness. Awareness of what truly matters. Movement, strength, and independence. Train your glutes and you train your future. One bridge, one step, one squat at a time. Your body is still listening. The question is, what are you asking it to do now? After 50, your glutes are no longer just another muscle group. They become the foundation of how well your body holds together. These muscles support your hips, stabilize your pelvis, and protect your knees and lower back with every step you take. When glutes are strong, your body moves as one connected system. When they are weak, other areas are forced to compensate, and that is where pain begins. Many people think knee pain comes from the knees or back pain comes from the spine, but very often the real problem is inactive glutes that are no longer doing their job. Years of sitting slowly shut them down, and the body adapts in ways that are not helpful. Strong glutes act like shock absorbers. They reduce joint stress, improve alignment, and help you stay upright and balanced. This is why glute strength becomes critical after 50. It is not about pushing limits. It is about protecting your structure so you can keep walking, climbing, lifting, and living without fear. When you rebuild glute strength, you are not just strengthening muscles. You are reinforcing the entire system that keeps you mobile, independent, and confident every single day. Weak glutes rarely announce themselves loudly. They do not always show up as sharp pain or sudden injury. Instead, they whisper. They show up as stiffness when you get out of bed, as wobbling when you walk on uneven ground, as a subtle forward lean in your posture that slowly steals your height and confidence. When the glutes stop firing, the body looks for backup. The lower back tightens, the knees take more pressure, the hips lose stability. Over time, balance becomes uncertain, not because you are old, but because your foundation has gone far. This is how weak glutes silently take control. They change the way you move and the way you feel about movement. You start avoiding stairs. You hesitate before stepping off a curb. Confidence fades because trust in your body fades. But the moment those muscles wake up, everything shifts. Balance improves, posture straightens, and movement feels natural again. Strength in the glutes does not just support the body, it restores self-assurance. When your base is strong, your mind relaxes and you move through the world with certainty again. The mistake many people make after 50 is believing that rebuilding strength requires complicated routines, heavy weights, or long, exhausting workouts. In reality, the body responds to simple movements done with purpose. The 5 exercises in this message work because they wake up muscles that have been asleep for years. When a muscle is dormant, it does not need punishment. It needs clear signals repeated consistently. Each controlled bridge, squat, step, or hinge reminds the nervous system how to recruit strength again. This is why results can feel surprisingly fast. Within weeks, posture improves, steps feel lighter, and stability returns. These movements are simple, but they are deeply effective because they mirror real life. They teach your body how to push through the ground, rise from a chair, climb stairs, and protect your joints at the same time. When practiced regularly, they rebuild confidence along with muscle. Strength does not return through intensity alone. It returns through repetition, clarity, and respect for how the body learns and adapts at any age. When your glutes grow stronger, everyday movement stops feeling like effort and starts feeling natural again. Walking becomes smoother because each step is powered from the hips instead of pulled by the knees or strained through the lower back. Stairs no longer demand a pause or a hand on the railing because your body knows it can generate force safely. Even standing for longer periods feels easier because strong glutes support your posture and reduce fatigue. What surprises most people is how this strength shows up outside of exercise. You move with more rhythm, more control, and more energy throughout the day. Strong glutes improve circulation, breathing, and coordination because the body is working efficiently instead of compensating. This is how quality of life improves quietly but profoundly. Movement becomes something you trust again. The more your glutes support you, the more willing you are to stay active, and that continued movement feeds strength back into the body, creating a positive cycle of energy, mobility, and independence. One of the most damaging myths about aging is the belief that strength has an expiration date. The body does not stop adapting because you pass a certain number. It stops adapting when it is no longer challenged in the right way. Muscle tissue remains responsive well into later decades of life. What changes is not your ability to build strength, but the approach required to do it safely and consistently. When you train with intention, patience, and proper movement, your body responds. Strength returns faster than most people expect because the nervous system remembers patterns it once knew. Every repetition sends a message that you are still capable of growth. This is why it is never too late. Rebuilding muscle is not about chasing youth. It is about reclaiming function, confidence, and self-respect. Each small improvement reinforces belief in your body again. And when belief returns, motivation follows. The body listens at every age, and when you ask it to grow stronger, it still answers.